What's up guys, so today as you can tell, I'm starting a new YouTube series. This series will consist of shorter videos covering players who don't get a lot of attention from the media or even other NBA YouTubers. This way I could get more videos under my belt and you guys can get content more frequently. So this video will be covering Matt Thomas, a player who has proven to be deserving of minutes, but is stuck in a guard-heavy rotation with Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, Terrence Davis, and Pat McCaw. Even then, I do believe that Nick Nurse should try and find some time for him, and this video will show you exactly why. Born in Illinois and raised in Onalaska, Wisconsin, Matt Thomas was destined to be a great basketball player. His mother, Martha Thomas, was a swimmer, tennis player, softball player, and basketball star in high school. She still holds the single game scoring record of 48 points at her high school in Iowa. Speaking of Iowa, that's where Matt Thomas went to play college ball, playing 4 seasons for the Iowa State Cyclones. After getting a more prominent role on the team once his junior season rolled around, Matt started to make a name for himself as one of the elite sharpshooters in college basketball, shooting 43% from 3 on 6 attempts per game. He built on those already good numbers in his senior season, ticking up his scoring average to 12.3 points per game while shooting 44.5% from 3 and 47% from the field. Matt submitted himself into the 2017 draft, where he unfortunately didn't get selected despite his great shooting numbers. He was able to get enough interest from the Lakers to give him a shot at Summer League. He had a slow start, but in his last 3 games with the team, he averaged 20 points per game on 14 of 16 from 3. Despite playing well, he couldn't land a roster spot and played overseas for the next few years, most notably with Valencia. In the 52 games that he played there, he put up 12 points per game on 51% from the field, 48% from 3, and 87% from the line. Now, anyone who is familiar with Matt Thomas will probably know what I'm going to mention next. But for those who don't know about him, Matt Thomas is responsible for one of the most absurd statistics in basketball. So before I tell you, I will just say that this statistic is not available on Basketball Reference or NBA.com. Synergy Sports Technology is an application capable of providing video-supported basketball analytics, some being stats that no other website could provide. Unfortunately, you need a subscription for it, but Synergy themselves confirmed the stat in a tweet. Matt Thomas was arguably the top jump shooter outside of the NBA last season, posting an effective field goal percentage of 82% on catch and shoot jump shots, including 99% when left unguarded. This has given him the nickname Mr. 99%, which has stuck with him ever since. Anyways, let's focus on the NBA, because that's what we're here for. As I said earlier, Matt is in and out of the very, very deep Raptors rotation. Now, the Raptors have the 3rd best record in the NBA, so this is definitely not a critique of Nick Nurse, as he has my pick for the Coach of the Year. But I find it puzzling how Matt Thomas has struggled to find minutes over someone like Patrick McCaw. Matt's career high in minutes played is only 22 minutes, which is lower than what McCaw averages for the entire season. This isn't to slander McCaw, don't worry. I think he has a lot of offensive potential than most think, and is already a pretty good NBA defender and a nice spark plug off the bench. However, when Matt Thomas plays 15 minutes or more, he averages 9 points per game, shooting 20 of 36 from 3 and 57% from the field. Now, 9 points per game doesn't sound crazy impressive up front, which it isn't, but it is when you consider the fact that he's only played over 18 minutes twice in his entire career. His career high for minutes played is a game against the Nets where he played 22 minutes. There was no garbage time involved, and the game ended in a 1-point victory for Toronto. Matt Thomas that game had 15 points, 3 steals, 6 boards, and shot 64% from the field while dropping 3 threes. In regards to the entire 2019-20 NBA season, he's shooting 47% from 3 with a true shooting percentage of 65%. So at this point, you guys could understand the confusion as to why he's getting no minutes. Now, many would immediately assume defense is the issue, which looks bad in comparison to his teammates, but those teammates are the players who've gotten the Raptors to the 2nd best defense in the NBA. Correct me if I'm wrong or biased, but I honestly don't think that there is a quote-unquote bad defender on this team. So yes, in comparison to them, he's bad. But by NBA standards, he's not that terrible. Just by watching him, I could tell that he puts in the effort, and he has a defensive field goal percentage of 44%, which is actually above league average. Just from a purely shooting ability perspective, he's amongst some of the best of the world. So why isn't he getting more minutes? I'm not quite sure. My hope is that Nick Nurse is doing this to surprise teams come playoff time so they don't have a game plan for him, but I'm not ready to make that assumption yet. Regardless, I hope that you guys learned something from this video, because I definitely did while researching. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss episode 2, where I'll be covering the first non-Raptors player on this channel. Until next time.